Home and Away spoilers, Lyrik's music video breaks Tane and Flick up. Coming up this week as Home and Away returns to UK screens, Lyrik celebrates shooting their first music video, but its release has some huge consequences as it ends Tane and Felicity engagement. Remy and Eden's troubles threaten to blow a big opportunity for the band, as they mark an important milestone in their career. Eden has been at loggerheads with Remy since he betrayed her trust by revealing to Cash that she was in love with him, whilst Remy has found himself distracted after discovering that Bree's husband Jacob is physically abusive towards her. The mood is manifesting itself in Remy's busking as he sings miserable songs outside the surf club. Bandmate Kirby asks Remy to get out of his funk, as they're supposed to be heading up to the lighthouse later that day to film their very first music video. They've managed to get a friend of Kirby's, Minnie, to shoot it for mates rates, so the band need to be on top of their game so as not to waste the opportunity. Remy reckons he isn't the one with the problem, it's all down to Eden, and when Kirby and Theo head back to the Lyrik house, they find Eden slobbing around, also lacking in motivation. It's touch and go, but by some miracle the entire band managed to make it up to the lighthouse, but Minnie is distinctly unimpressed with what she's got to work with. Despite Remy and Eden continuing to be cold with each other, the main issue turns out to be Theo, who is struggling with his first attempt at lip-syncing. As Kirby attempts to coach Theo, Minnie is left gathering shots of Eden and Remy, who are both looking miserable. When Eden finally berates Remy about the Cash incident, he's quick to reply that not everything is about her and storms off. After Eden follows him, Remy admits to her what's going on with Bree, and it puts their own problems into perspective as they decide to finish the shoot together. Later in the week, after cramming in some editing sessions with Minnie, the group have a nicely polished video ready to release to the world. And it's left to Theo and Kirby to press the button to publish it to their socials. The video goes down well with their fans as the comments come flying in, but there's a single shot which could have serious ramifications for two others in the bay. Tane is beginning to realize that Felicity may not be as hot on the idea of marriage as he first thought, after she accepted his rather public proposal. Admittedly, Flick did have a bit of a wobble when he first asked, and she had to take a moment to herself as all her loved ones watched from afar, but Tane was relieved when she eventually said yes. Little did he know that she had only done so due to the pressure of everyone's eyes being upon her. That is, until now. Having granted Lyrik permission to use some clips of the proposal, Tane is unsettled when he pauses the music video to find a look of horror on Flick's face as she hugs him following her acceptance. Her reluctance to talk wedding dates over the past few days suddenly begins to make sense to Tane, and when Flick comes to find him, he asks her to admit that she's feeling miserable about the whole thing. Flick insists that she's fine with everything, but Tane isn't convinced, and decides to call the wedding off. As the video becomes more widespread, Kirby suddenly gets a notification which makes her face drop. It's a message from her ex-boyfriend, and former Lyrik lead singer, Bob, who notes that she and Theo look very cozy in the video. Theo notices that Kirby has become a bit withdrawn, but she puts it down to online trolls. As she texts Bob back to tell him that it's none of his business, it's clear that the blast from the past has got under Kirby's skin. Theo isn't the only one hoping for music success, with actor Matt Evans having recently revealed the upcoming release of his own debut single. Matt rose to fame after appearing as a contestant on The Voice Australia in 2020, a year before he was cast on Home and Away, and earlier this year spoke to the Daily Telegraph about the opportunity to bring his music into the show. That is super exciting for me because it is really nice to have both of the worlds combine. Matt said it has been hard almost letting go of music by just doing the acting for a while, so it is really nice to be able to do both. Music is for me like a second language and a way to express myself, he continued. Music was the first thing that I found in my life where I opened up my artistic side and realized that I was more of a creative than a footballer player. which is what I thought I would be when I was younger. It freed me and helped me become who I am today. It is a big release for me.